Okay, my love, so let's talk about third party situations. Oh, spooky, spooky stuff. No, my love is not so spooky, and I'm gonna show you how to get rid of a third party situation very quick and very easy. So let's dive in. First of all, we're gonna talk about how third parties are created in our experience so you understand and you see clearly that you did that. Maybe on a conscious level, unconscious level, doesn't matter, but I want to show you that you did that. So the impression that your SP chose someone else over you intentionally dissipates. So you can get rid of the importance, so you can see through the illusion. Let me tell you my story from like 5 years ago. I used to create a lot of third parties in my experience before learning about the law of assumption. So, how did I do that? Well, bear in mind, my love, there's a lot of ways to create third party situations. I'm gonna name just a few. In my case, back in the days, I used to have a strong assumption, a strong belief that all men cheat. No freaking exception. That men are this way, and nowadays it's so easy to do it. It's like very available, yeah, and temptation is everywhere. So, because men are cheaters by nature, well, it is gonna happen one way or another at some point or another. Another strong assumption that I used to hold about men and relationships was that nowadays people just don't want to commit. What for? It's like intimacy is so readily available for everybody that why would you buy the whole cow when you can get the milk for free? You know what I mean, right? That was also a core assumption that I used to have. What else? Well, as about me, well, I am very good looking, let me tell you. I always had this very nice appearance, okay? Very privileged in this way. And I also held the assumption that people are superficial, especially men, and men are visual, and that it's very hard for them to bypass my physical appearance to see what's inside me, right? Like I had this strong assumption that they are not able to go past my body to see who I am as a person, to see my brains, to see my personality. And of course, guess what? This was the case. So, from these assumptions, I would manifest the following. Most of the men that came my way were already players, and even if they were not from the get go, at some point they would choose somebody else over me. That was one thing. In another way that this expressed itself was oh, I had this period of my life when I used to manifest guys exactly after a big breakup in their lives, after an important relationship that they had, and they were not over their exes. So, yeah, you can imagine how fun that was. But, yeah, so holding these assumptions as my truth, as you can see, translated into different scenarios, but they're all more or less the same, right? Now, what else can manifest a third party is also the assumption that you're not enough. You don't feel enough. Maybe physically, maybe mentally, maybe I don't know, you name it, but this assumption that you're not enough. And also placing the person on a pedestal, like thinking, oh my God, I'm so lucky that this man looked at me, even looked in my direction, even. So, as you can see, my love, there are a lot of ways you can bring about a third party situation in your experience. Again, this is not important. You don't need to eliminate this in order to eliminate the third party. No. I'm just telling you all this so you make the connection for yourself, so you can understand that you did this. It was not out of their own accord. Because I know, my love, sometimes it looks like they betrayed us, right? You feel betrayed. And you don't realize that it was you who created this experience for yourself. They just acted on the role you gave them unconsciously. That's all that happened. Okay? It's not because the person wanted to hurt you on purpose. No, you have the power to create people that hurt you in your reality. Because you're this powerful, you can create whatever experience you want for yourself. Everything is possible. You're all things. So I want you, and I insist for you to see the connection between why you have a third party right now happening in your, let's say, in your experience, sorry, and how you made it happen. Now that you understand how you made it happen, let's look at how to get rid of it. I don't even like to use the word to get rid of something because it's not what actually happens when you manifest, let's say, a third party away from your life. You're not eliminating the person. You're not eliminating the reality where your SP is choosing that person. What actually happens here is that you move to a new reality where your SP is choosing you. They are two different realities, like two different movies, my love. But okay, for the sake of the example, so I can make myself understood, we're gonna, let's say, use this word, how to eliminate. So, how to eliminate the third party? Well, my love, first of all, as you know by now, the most important part about manifestation is where you are in your consciousness. Meaning, what are you aware of? What do you assume that's actually happening? And right now, what you're aware of is that this person chose somebody else over you, or that you're not having what you want. That's how you look at your present 3D circumstance at hand. Let me show you how to do it in a smart way. So again, if the place you occupy in consciousness is the most important part, like the meaning you give things is the most important part, now let's turn this in our favor, girl. From now on, you're going to look at the third party situation as part of the unfolding of your desire. I know it sounds so crazy and so hard to do. No, my love. Hear me out when I say this. So assumptions have the role to blind you from other possibilities. So if you assume that what you have at hand means I don't have this person, they chose somebody else over me, well, that's how you're going to experience the whole situation. You understand? This is not objective, my love. I know it looks like this. It looks like, oh my God, what are you trying to say to me here? That I have to accept this? Kind of. Let me explain to you. My love, the way to eliminate something out of your experience is not by rejecting it. It's not by labeling as that's not what you want. You're going to understand in a minute. So right now you're in this place in consciousness. You're assuming that what you're seeing is I don't have what I want. When you change your place in consciousness and you start looking at your present 3D circumstances as part of the unfolding of what you want, listen to me again. Part of the unfolding of your desire to be with this person, things will change drastically and super fast. The fact that your SP is dating somebody has no meaning, just like everything that comes your way in life has no meaning until you place some meaning on it. And the meaning you place on it is going to transform into your whole reality. I know, maybe this sounds crazy, but it's not. If you learn a little bit more and you pay attention to what I say in my videos, you're going to get it. There's no out there, meaning reality doesn't happen out there and it's not independent and objective. Okay? The real deal, reality is actually what you make things mean, because that's how you're going to experience them. That's how your whole reality is going to look like and be like. On this channel, we ain't going to work hard. We're going to work what? Smart, girl. Let me give you another analogy so you really grasp what I tried to explain earlier. My love, you're the one and only operant power in your reality. There's nobody else capable of manifesting in your reality but you. Now imagine this one operant power that you are. Like you're the only client of this restaurant of reality. Yeah? The restaurant of your life, of your experience. You're the one and only client. And you asked for tomato soup. And now you expect this tomato soup to come in a bowl, to be liquid and to come in a bowl. But sometimes, let's say that today the cook is a fancy cook and he likes to cook in another fashion. And you ordered your soup, you expect the bowl of soup, but in turn the waiter brings you at your table what it is tomato soup but under another form. Do you know molecular cuisine? These fancy restaurants where they bring you a little bowl, a little sphere of something in your plate, and it doesn't look anything like a tomato soup, but it's in fact a tomato soup. Well, this is what I mean, girl. So what you're looking at right now, make it mean it's what you ordered, but it presented itself under another form. Yet it's still your desire. Do you understand the power in this? Oh. My love, again, because you're the one and only customer to this restaurant, be absolutely sure that what shows up at your table, it has to be your order. But people, what they do usually is that they ask for the tomato soup, yeah, they decided what they want. 3D shows up with something, the waiter shows up at your table with the very thing that you asked for, but it's under another form, aka you see them on your social media together, or maybe you bump into them on the street, and you think you're doing something wrong, and you think this is not your order, and you think it's not working, and you get triggered, and you you send the waiter back to the kitchen with your tomato soup. Do you get my drill here? My love, instead of rejecting what's happening, instead of fighting against it, and when I say fighting against what? Whatever showing up in your 3D reality, instead of rejecting this, make it mean it's still part of the unfolding. Because it's gonna be, because you have the last word. Let me show you how 3D changes instantaneously when you change your mind about what's happening. So from your old identity, the person that thinks she's been replaced or that their SP chose somebody else over them, you ain't gonna look the same way from this point of view at a picture of them on the internet as when you change your point of view and you realize, hey, even this is my desire unfolding. I don't have to understand. I'm getting what I want right now. You ain't gonna look at this picture with the same eyes from this new point of view, from this new point in consciousness. Do you understand? If I like somebody, girl, and it happened when I started understanding how this works, it still happened a few times. Like my back then SP, as I was picturing him as a player, sometimes would come and tell me, hey, I met some new girl. How do you think I looked at this situation from understanding, from my new point of view, from my new point in consciousness? Well, okay, you're trying to get my attention, you're trying to get me jealous. As opposed of, oh my god, this means that he's disrespecting me again, the history is repeating itself again, he's a player, blah blah blah. Do you see how the same circumstances can be two different stuff, and so different, by the way? From my old concept of me being someone that's not seen by men, that men cheat anyways, I would look at him telling me about a new girl, like from the perspective of, oh my god, yeah, it's happening again. But when I changed my mind and I started looking at the situation differently, I couldn't see that anymore there. Do you understand? I started seeing that as a desperate way of getting my attention. He's trying to get me jealous. Well, that means I'm important to you if you're searching for these reactions out of me, right? Do you see how 3D is not the same and it's instantaneous? This is what I want you to do. Whatever shows up in your reality, recognize that you have what you want instead of looking at it as you're not getting your desire. You're not getting what you want. Realize, look at the bigger picture, girl. It's still your tomato soup under another form, but it's still the tomato soup you asked for. So let's look at the steps here a little bit. The first thing that you have to, let's say, do is decide who you want to be. What do you want? You want to be in a committed relationship with this person? You want to have them head over heels in love with you and have eyes only for you and be all in with you? Great. You start from there. You always start from the end. But when you make this decision, my love, this decision is not some empty words. The decision comes with a change in perspective, with a change of mind, with a change in your place in consciousness. From now on, you look at everything that happens from here, from this new point in consciousness. No matter what happens, recognize that you're actually looking at your tomato soup, at your desire, even if it's under some strange form that you did not expect. This is the most important thing you can do. Recognize that after the decision that you're with this person, no matter what shows up, it's exactly what you asked for, instead of getting paralyzed looking at the form of it, on how it showed up. Do you understand? If you do this, my love, I promise in no time, that third-party situation will be history. Because look what happened actually. You moved in consciousness, and this is the only requirement, my love, to manifest what you want. To change self, to change your place in consciousness, to change what you're aware of. And then you stay there, okay? Then from the moment you decided you have what you want is done and you claimed it, everything that shows up, you look at everything that shows up from this perspective. And it's a lot easier than it looks like, or maybe I make it sound, I promise. It's not through effort, it's a genuine change of mind. When you assume they love the other person and not you, you assume that other person is more important than you, then this is how you're going to see everything that happens. But when you change your mind, this person always had feelings for you. They love you, they adore you, they cannot live without you. And you look from here at everything that shows up. You ain't going to be able to make up your mind in the same old ways, to get to the same conclusions. Do you understand? So again, the first thing you have to do is make up your mind who you are from now on. Decide who you are. Because by the way, you're the CEO of this company that you call life, okay? Decide who you are from now on. And the moment you decide who you are, you also make this change in consciousness. You start looking at everything from here. Meaning, no matter what shows up in your reality, my love, you don't have to give all these meanings, hey, he tries to get me jealous or not. I was just giving you an example. The fastest way and the best meaning you can give everything is the following. Make everything mean it's part of the unfolding, and you don't have to know how. Okay? You don't have to know how. That's the logistic department. You're not the logistic department, you're the CEO, my love. You decided who you are from now on, and you allow it to unfold. And while it unfolds, you look at everything as part of the unfolding, as opposed to, I'm not getting what I want. It's still your tomato soup, I promise, because you're the only one, the only customer of this restaurant. They cannot mess up your order. Let's say. The universe, let's say, if you want to put it in these words that I don't like, but anyways, the universe cannot mess up your order. It's you who don't see it. You taking stuff at face value. Yeah, but your order is never messed up. You just don't recognize it. And you send it back to the kitchen. Thinking, oh my God, you messed up my order. This is not my order. Who else's order can it be? Because there's only one operant power in your reality, and that's you. You're the only customer of this restaurant. Yeah. So decide. From that moment on, you look at your reality from this point of view, and then you allow it to unfold, my love. Fully knowing and fully trusting that no matter what shows up is part of what you asked. You don't have to focus on that person not to be there. I mean the third party. The more you focus on the third party, the more you keep it alive. Because you breathe life into things you give your attention to. So be mindful with where you spend your time in consciousness, what you give your attention to, what you pay mind to. Because I love this phrase in English, paying mind to something. Because you're buying it. You're buying it in your experience. You cannot keep on looking at the third party and expect it to go away. Look at the whole instead of the one side of the coin. Remember this video, right? Instead of focusing on one side of the coin, recognize that you have the whole coin in front of you, meaning your full desire is happening as we speak right now. And you don't have to understand. You will understand at some point what happened, okay? At some point you will understand, but it's not your job to figure it out. That's the logistic part of the situation, and it's being taken care of for you. You don't have to do anything about it. Your only job is to decide, then relax. Sit in your chair of the CEO of your company that you are and allow things to unfold. All while you look at everything that happens from the perspective of it's already happening for me. Okay, my love, I think I'm done for now. Let me know in the comment section if you understand what I'm talking about, if you had your aha moment. We're gonna touch on these subjects more in the future, of course, because, yeah, okay. But for now, I just want to thank you for being here. Wish you a nice day and talk to you soon. Bye.